Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
Titan FC have just signed another awesome guy on their roster, and I'm joined with him right now. Dhiego Lima, you just signed with Titan FC, and then pretty much within a very short period of time of announcing the signing, the matchup was made that you're going to be fighting an ex-UFC guy. Do you know what? You and Michaud are going to fight, and I love the matchup itself. You're both going to be fighting for that kind of shot at the title for the welterweight strap. How did the deal with Titan come about, though, first? Because obviously your last fight that you had, which was a very good performance, by the way, Dhiego, in the Legacy FC against Antonio Trokoff, that's the word I use.
Chocolate, yeah. The mountain man. That
tall dude, yeah. I saw the weigh-ins and I was like, hang on a minute. I was like, I need Diego's tall.
Yeah, man, I had, because I'm a big welterweight, man. And he was, like, I sparred with tall guys before, but, dude, that was something else, man. That was something else.
Oh, man, honestly,
that is a tall, big son of a gun, man.
I had to actually go, when I saw the weigh-in, I had the weigh-in picture pop up. I had to go and Google you again to look at your height, because I kind of went...
Yeah. That's what everybody said. Like, everybody, because that was a hometown for me. You know, I was in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, and that fight was here. And, man, like, all my training partners, everyone, like, the day of the weigh-in, everyone's eyes were terrified. They were like, are you guys in the same weight class? Like, why are you fighting this guy? So, but, you know me, man. I don't give a dang, man. You know, I'll fight anybody, man. It doesn't matter how big they are. And I just have to change a couple of things. I had to make it boring, but, hey, I needed that win, you know?
And do you know what? It was a really good performance. Like, your grappling really shone in that fight. You know, you had very good, solid ground control. Your ground and pound was there, but I like the way you had the composure on the ground with the grappling. That was something.
Right, man. I knew he was so big, so I just wanted to control his hips. You know, I didn't want to let him move. It was very hard to get the takedowns because, man, I seriously, I've never really, man, wrestled or anything with somebody that big, man.
Yeah.
It was just like his arm. When I had that clinch, his wizard was blocking my other arm from the other side. And I was like, what in the world? I was like, this guy's left arm with his own left arm. I'm like, what is going on? So that was, man, I'll tell you what, dude, that was a performance that I'm really happy with. Just to overcome all that, you know, and coming off 2 losses, man, that was big, man. I'm not going to lie, man. I got in the backstage and I just started bawling, man. I was like, holy crap. I was just glad that was done and I got that W, man.
Well, that was the thing I was thinking about, because my worry is if, you know, you had a couple of losses, rushing into a fight, you know, going into the next fight, my worry is that someone might rush in. You might have rushed in to try and kind of get that win just to get it done, but, you know, you were very composed, you were very relaxed. It looked like, anyway.
Man, now I'm experienced, you know, like now I know, like I've been there and done that, you know, so that's the composure I needed in the UFC, and I didn't get my time off for that, you know. I didn't rest enough for that, and, you know, that's what happened, man, but I just needed to, like, you know, settle everything in. Been there, done that, and now, man, you know, that's it now, man. I found myself again.
That's good to hear. I was going to say, so after the let's say the cut from the UFC, did you just take a bit of time out in yourself to try and look at what it was you were doing, and, you know, the things that weren't? What do you think it wasn't going right? Do you think it was it? Do you think that because you were in the UFC?
No, man, we knew exactly what it was, man. It's because right after the Ultimate Fighter, you know, most guys told me, hey, take a long break after this, you know, because I had 4 fights in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, hey, take your break. And then when I got out, I knew I was in the finals. So I was like, you know what? Screw this, man. I'm not taking a break. I'm a hard-working guy, so I just got in the gym, boom, 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 boom. I took the finals. Then right after that, I took a fight in Brazil. Right after that, I took the Tim Means fight in short notice. Right after that, I wanted to win again, so I took the Lee Jillian fight in short notice. So, man, like, mentally, physically, like, I don't even know who that was, man. I didn't do one thing at no training in any of those fights. I was pretty much, I lost to myself, man. I was pretty much done before the fight even started. You know, I was so beat that when the fight came fight week, I didn't even want to be there. Like, I just wanted to be home resting. So, you know, I'm a hard head. That was all my fault. My coaches told me, they're like, don't take these fights. But I'm like, man, I have to. You know, they're going to fire me if I don't. And all that. And it's just a rookie mistake at the wrong time, man. Especially being in a UFC. You know, I can't believe I did that to myself, man. That's why I got a bad taste in my mouth because of that, man. I lost to myself all those fights. Even the fight I won in Brazil, you know, that guy shouldn't even last a minute with me, man.
Well, the thing is,
you know, it's just...
that's a big accomplishment. Winning a decision in Brazil is a great moment in itself.
Right, yeah, it was, but then I wasn't even happy with that because I dominated him, but man, really, that guy shouldn't last a minute with me. Like, really, that's how I look at it, man. That guy shouldn't have even lasted a round with me, and it took me 3 rounds of, you know, just dominate, but still, man, I was just putting too much pressure on myself, man, and now I needed that, you know. I learned it the hard way, man. And now I'm ready to go again. You know, if I get a call from them, great. You know, that's what I'm gonna be expecting. But you know, I love Titan now, man. And then going back to that first question, we never got back to that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So now that we got there, it just happened, man. I was looking to fight in June because you know I have kids, man. I have 3 kids, so they go on vacation right in June. So, you know, I can't be in camp in June and July because, you know, it's just so hard on my wife. You know, 3 kids at home by herself. It's just too hard. So I wanted to fight in June, and then I reached out to World Series, to Bellator. Everyone had cards, and all of them, they're like, they wasn't real with me. And they were like, oh, you know, we're not really signing anybody right now, and all this, all that. And I'm like, listen, man, be straight up with me. If you don't want to sign me, just say, hey, you're coming off 3 losses, you know, your style is not really what we're looking for. So really, those are the type of answers I need, man. I'm a grown man. I'm not going to sit on the corner and cry, you know? It's like, I needed those answers. And everyone is like, oh, we can get you in the future and all that. And I'm like, listen, blah, blah, blah. I don't have time for that, man. I'm looking to fight in June, and I'm going to find a fight in June. And I talked to Jeff. He was interested, man. I actually messaged him on Facebook because my manager retired, so I had to do everything on myself this time.
All right.
And I messaged him. He got right back to me. I messaged Brian. He got right back to me and said, hey, he's interested. I was like, man, let him give me a call. And I asked, hey, is your June card full? And he said no. And then we didn't meet on the numbers as well, the pay at first, but then we were able to work that out, and boom. He's like, all right, sign the contract. I'll have you an opponent by tomorrow. Bam. It happened. I was like, all right, that's what I like, man.
Yeah.
So
that is awesome. Getting an opponent next day. Well, the
next day, yeah.
The thing is, like you said there with like kind of World Series fighting Bellator, that sticks to me out is that they were trying to play it coy because they think to themselves, if you start going on a win streak, they might want to grab you back again. But by saying to you, but they should have just been up front, because why not be up front with you? Because then if you do go on that, you know, that hot win streak and they want to try and grab you, at least they were honest back then. But now, if they were to, say for example, you go and win like 3 or 4 in a row and they want to try and get you before the UFC did, the fact they weren't honest with you beforehand, it would make you question wanting to go to them anyway.
Exactly, man, exactly. Now that's it, man. Now the only place I'm going after time is going to be the UFC, man. I just had that bad taste in my mouth, man. I know how good I am, and it's just, those fights, none of them showed, man. And I got that bad taste in my mouth, man. And that's it, man. And I put it on my head. That's what I'm going to go back to. And that's it, man. It's either going to be the UFC or I'm going to be a world champion at Titan, man. That's what I have in my head. That are my goals. That's what I'm working for from here on out.
Well, the thing is, like you say, you've got a perfect matchup because you're fighting a former UFC fighter as well. So it kind of bodes well for the title. You know, if you can get the win over David Michaud, and then that leads you and sets you up, like I say, to a title fight, you're already putting yourself in good stead there. You'll have 2 fights under your belt where you've won. You're going in for a title fight. You've kind of got yourself in a really good position because as well, there you're on UFC Fight Pass. it's
definitely, man, definitely. I think it just worked out perfect, man. Everything clicked in perfect, you know. I just fought in April. I took a couple of weeks off, and I changed my lifestyle too, man. I'm always in shape now. Before, I used to get out of shape when I fought. I used to take a few weeks off, slack on my diet, and you know, I changed everything, man. I'm a professional now. I'm always in shape now, you know. I changed my walking around weight. So for this camp, I didn't have to get in shape to start camp.
yeah.
You know, so I could go, man, I could, as soon as the fight announced, boom, I could have gone full blast already. I was already in shape. So it just makes everything easier, man. I'm not putting that pressure on myself anymore. Man, I'm really excited, man, especially with this matchup, man. This is a great matchup for me, man. This guy was a lightweight, man. I'm a big welterweight, and this guy's going to feel it, man.
Well, yeah, with David Michaud, he comes from like the MMA lab, you know, so he's got. The thing is, you're getting good quality. You're getting a good quality opponent. That's the thing, and he is a tough guy to fight. And the both of you have just, you know, since your UFC cut the pair of you, you both got to win. And so you've both got a bit of momentum. So it sets up, in my eyes, for a hell of a scrap. That, like, I was talking.
Oh, you already know, man.
Oh,
yes, definitely. We're both we're both wanted. You know, we're both wanted. We got the same goals, and somebody's gonna have to go down, man. And it's not gonna be me. I'll tell you that.
And so, I watched the Ultimate Fight. I watched that Ultimate Fight with you in, and obviously, you know, Eddie Jordan, you know, came in and won it and stuff. But the thing was, you weren't fighting in your natural weight class. Let's say that you've, because a lot of guys do that in tough. And you pointed out before that you said you were worn out and you were tired. And even Carla Esparza said that as well. She said that, you know, the thing she found was she was so drawn and worn down from the tough that when she got to the Joanna fight, there wasn't much of her left in that fight. Now, I'm not saying she's making excuses. I'm just saying that, you know.
Right. No, buddy. I know exactly what she's talking about, man.
Yeah.
And with our season, this is what happened with our season. If they would have played it regular, they didn't. The thing is we left the season in November.
Yeah.
And then they were supposed to start playing our season in January. But then they put the Tough Canada, the one that they did Canada versus Australia.
Yeah.
They put that season in front of ours, so they pretty much stole our spot. So I'm sitting at home for 9 months, knowing that I'm in the finals. So I am going, dude. I'm traveling, I'm training, I'm beating myself up, man. I'm like, I gotta win. So you know, that was the biggest thing for me, man. It was just they made us wait too long for that, man. I knew I was in the final for 8 months before I fought.
That's too long, yeah.
So you're just too big. And a guy like me, man, as hard as a worker I am, you know, I'm not gonna take breaks. You know, I'm just gonna be like, oh man, I got 9 months. I gotta go. You know.
What I like
really
though
killed me, man.
is when you had your last fight with the UFC. My worry is, you know, like you said you fought too soon, and you did, because if you get anything like a TKO or KO, for anything like that happens, that is damage to the brain, and you are more susceptible in the first few months of that happening. You had a nice break, man, from your recent fight to the fight prior. You had a good break. Do you think that was a smart decision? As in, did you feel healthier as well upstairs? You know, was your chin and everything mentally, like you thought, man, I feel good now when I get cracked? You know, because obviously I'd imagine you probably were a little bit wobbly when you getting, only because of the prior, you know, kind of concussions.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. Like Lee Jillian, man, he barely touched me and I went down, man. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You know, like I was taking shots way harder than that in practice. I was like, man. So those things, and then Tim Means kind of probably popped me good, but man, he was just those hits, like they shouldn't have taken me down, man. You know, and that's the thing. Like the normal me, it wouldn't have taken me down, and it did. You know, and then this last fight with Trockley, man, he was a totally different story, man. I was wrestling for 12 months. Like, it didn't even came to my mind that I got TKO in my last fights, man. You know, like, he would hit me and be like, oh, okay, it's just normal, you know? It's like, yeah, he caught me one good time on the side of the head, and I thought to myself, oh, wow, if this was, like, if it was this the old me, like, I would have been out.
Yeah.
And it's just something that, boom, it's just all normal now, man. I'm rested, my chin is rested, my head is rested, everything. It just clicked, man. man. It's just amazing what a long break will do for you. It really is.
Yeah, it is, man. And that's the thing. I think fighters, I'm not saying they need to be told, but I think promotions or promoters should be educating fighters a lot more on incidents like that. I don't think it's really necessarily on a coach's head either, because for a coach, their kind of job is to be coaching. They shouldn't have to be going out to study and do science behind what happens with the impact and stuff like that. I think that's, in my opinion, something that a promotion should have knowledge of, and always, even no matter what kind of promotion it is, they should sit there to fighters and say, look, you fought, you fought 2 months ago, we don't want you back yet because we don't want you to ruin or potentially damage your career. And I think a promoter should be able to do that to a fighter and help them, not hinder them. Not trying to go, you want to fight, we'll put you in. I think it should be more of a balance, in my opinion.
True, man. And if the UFC would have done that to me, be like, hey man, you don't want to take a break, please just relax a little bit. You're fine, your job is secured. I always know what happened, but man, I'm just too much of a hard head, unfortunately.
Now, training-wise,
I just love to fight.
Yeah, I've noticed in your fights you like to fight. Trust me. Now, the thing is, though, in your kind of 12 months that you had off, was there anything that you felt that you were lacking, maybe in the UFC or maybe in the Tough House, that came apparent that you thought, because you got that 12 months, did you do anything then particular to kind of just cross that kind of gap in your game off so that you feel a bit more well-rounded again? Because you're all pretty well-rounded anyway. Obviously, you're not exactly. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh man, this dude can't kick, he can't punch, or he can't grapple. You can grapple, you can throw down. You've got submission wins, you've got TKO wins. Is there anything though in particular you were maybe happy with?
No, man, not really, man. Like I said, I was pretty well-rounded already. It's just we just studied a lot on the fights that I lost.
Yeah.
And those fights that I lost, I did the same mistake in all of them, which was back up to the cage and try to counter while on the cage. So I got no power, and then they're coming with bombs, So that was really the biggest thing that I worked on. It's just not doing that anymore, watching my back up. If I feel the cage, boom, circle out, So stuff like that. I've been boxing a lot, man. I got this Cuban boxer. I've been working with him for the past 2 years. And then he really didn't show in the Chalkley fight because that son of a gun was just too big, man. And I was like, I gotta wrap this guy up, man. But I've been really working on my boxing, man. I really wanted to show that fight, but he just wasn't the right opponent. And but this one, I think I'll be able to show off that a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been working on that. Just study those fights or watching where I got lost. And I lost those fights doing the same mistake, man. So that's an easy fix, You see, all you gotta see is, man, you lost 3 doing the same crap, Don't do it again. Come on. So
you just need to have
so
one of your just have one of your coaches stood behind.
Good.
Have one of your coaches stood behind the cage with a taser. And whenever you back up to the cage, you just give you a little taser so it sticks in your memory then. So every time you're going to the cage.
Exactly. No, but now that's it, man. I'm never making that mistake again, man.
No,
this is actually a good fight too to test that mistake because this guy comes forward, So I can't mess around with this guy either, man.
No.
He comes forward and you back up against him, he's gonna catch you, man. So that's really something that's really showing to prove all my work I've been doing, So that's good. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, I have noticed so much in MMA bouts when I watch them, and because I as much as I've competed in MMA, I love to break down as well, and angles is a huge thing that people really don't take into account enough, especially backing up. Like you said, when you go against the cage, people at home who don't quite get it, when your hips are flush with the cage, you're taking away any torque in your punches.
There's no power there.
There's no power.
That's what happened to Rashad Evans and Glover, man. A heavy hitter like Glover, Rashad just got back to that cage and, he threw the hook and Glover threw it harder, man. The cage sucks.
If I was Rashad, what I would have done was I would have climbed over the cage and then just kept going.
And just kept going, getting the heck out of here.
That's how I'd be like, I'm going to Mexico, bye.
That's a madman right there. I don't want nothing to do with this man.
No, thank you, man. That's a scary ass dude.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's one of them things where you saw it, and now it's such a. Do you know what the funny thing is? Like you say, it's such an obvious thing, but at the time, it just wasn't. You didn't realize it, and now obviously you've been working the angles with a boxer, and that's something that I've learned as well. I did stuff with boxers, and I'd always be punching thin air, and all they're doing is they're stepping, a 45-degree angle to the left or the right, very only slight.
Exactly, and then because man, I got a 75-inch reach. For my weight class, man, I'm pretty much the biggest in my weight class always.
Yeah.
So I had to add that into my game. I had to add those angles, stop over commit on every punch. Because before I used to throw bombs, and I found myself leaning a lot. Putting myself in positions where I don't even need to be.
Yeah.
Like I can hit a guy from way back here and not get hit. So
yeah,
I had to learn it the hard way. Had to learn it the hard way. I got to get TKO 3 times to learn it, man.
Well, that's it, man. Like you said,
I feel like that's the pass.
A lot of guys who've got length don't use their length as their weapon, and that's something that you've accepted and you've grown. And the thing is, you're still young in this. You're still young, and you can use your length now to your advantage. You use those jabs and straights. For me, when you fight Michaud, I would be saying to you, I'm like, you want to do. There's only 3 punches you want to throw: a left, a jab, a right straight, and a right uppercut to put him off going in for the takedown, and obviously maybe throw a knee to put him off to going for it. And that's probably about it for me. I'd be saying just stay on the outside, just pick him apart, keep cutting angles, don't circle to his power shot too much, and that's just use your length to your advantage. If he does come at you and he tries to press you, I'd probably say to you, use your teeps, push him away, get teeps in there, create that space, and that's.
Yeah, man, we're on the same page, man. That's all.
I am a nerd. I am a nerd, and I watch fights and I break stuff down. If you see matchups, I could pretty much give a game plan to both fighters. I am that sad.
There you go. Yep. Definitely, man. I like it, dude. I like it. One of my coaches are just like that, man. They just study everything to a T, and they're like, man, this is what's gonna happen, you know. So I really like that. Yeah,
that's the thing. A lot of guys don't. I find that when people fight a wrestler, they don't put that uppercut in that combination. I never understood it. I'm like, look, you throw 1-2, and it's simple. You go 1-2 and an uppercut, and it will just stick in the wrestler's mind. Then they go, all right, he's throwing uppercuts, feint an uppercut, feint a knee. Just get it in that guy's head that you're ready for him to come at you. Because a lot of people, what they do, I found, is they get a really lower. People, how they prepare for wrestlers is they have low base and their footwork is quite heavy, and they're prepared like that. And I think that's not the way you want to be, because then your strikes aren't going to be fluid. I said, no, you be fluid, but you make sure that if that guy's going to come in for a takedown, you let him know that you're going to crack him when he comes in. And I tell you what, he's going to regret.
Even that fake, man, even that fake with the uppercut, gets the wrestler think like, oh, okay, man, this guy's going to throw.
Gets in their head, and that's all you got to do. As soon as you get it in their head, that's you already beaten them, and you're in your world. You can say, right, I can flow a little bit more of the strike, and I can throw more strikes. I'll still throw that uppercut every now and then to make him remember it's still there, but you can start to maybe just pick away. And that's something that I found a lot of fighters don't do. One fighter did it absolutely perfectly in a fight, and I'll tell you right now, mate, you know Joe Duffy, who's in the UFC.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Joe Duffy fought in Cage Warriors prior to that, and the fight that kind of got him into Cage Warriors was his last fight, really, in Cage Warriors against a guy called, right, his name was Julien Bougage, right, French dude, French cat, okay, and he literally caught him. He came in for the takedown and caught him with a knee and knocked him flat out. Like, it was beautiful. He literally just waited and timed it absolutely perfectly. And that was a great example of knowing what was coming.
I'm going to look at that. I haven't seen that one.
Dude, I am actually going to now let me go onto YouTube. I'm actually going to tweet it to you now via YouTube. I'm going to get the YouTube video.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, mate, honestly, it was just deadly. Absolutely beautiful. I remember it to a T because I was watching it live, and I just stood up and went, holy shit. And, yeah. Oh, man, it's one of them fights that you just won't forget, honestly. But, yeah, man. That's the thing, like, people don't do it enough, I think, with wrestlers. They don't threaten them with the strikes, and I think they should.
Exactly. They just get scared to overcommit.
Yeah, definitely, my friend. And look, I'm sure that you've got a game plan, like you said, and you're going to use There you go. I've already got this up here. Here we go. Where are we? Share via Twitter. I'm doing this right now for you because I don't care. We'll do it as we're talking. Here we go. And there we go. Yeah. Diego. And yes, what I was going to say. So, you're fighting obviously a guy who's smaller and you're bigger, but the thing is, what people might say, your weight cut, I am curious about what your weight cut is like. You say you're a big guy. How much are you cutting?
Man, I walk around, now that I've changed, before, man, I used to be big boy, man. I used to walk around really like 205, 200.
Yeah.
And then I'll start camp at about 200. You know, so I'll do camp about 200. But this time I'm lower, you know. I'm walking around like now 194, 195-ish. I try not to get even close to 200 anymore. You know, I'll stay right there 190, 195. And then I don't really, until like 3 weeks out, I don't really start going down. I stay above 190 until like 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
And that's when I get down about 185, 186-ish. And then I'll just do my water cut, you know. It's really, I never really had trouble making it, man. I've got this down to a T, man. I've got this cut down. My last fight, man, against Strawberry, like, I actually stepped in the cage. I was weighing like 195. So I was able to put a lot back, you know. I did the cut perfect. I was able to put a lot of weight back, and, man, it paid off. You know, he couldn't get me off of him, so he was good, man. I'm able to really, really use my weight now, and, you know, it's been working out good.
Oh man, that's good. That's impressive. Like I've did it myself. I went down, had to go down at welterweight, and I started 6-week camp. I was 208 pounds, something like that. I'll admit, my first time going down to 170, it was an experience I will not forget. It was cheeky. Like wow, I think I did 10. I cut 10 pounds the day before. And I think I was like you, mate. I weighed 194 the day of the fight, and for me though, I need to get my weight. I need to walk around lower like that. If I'm going to go back down to 170, I want to get around the high 180s. I think for me because it was just didn't enjoy it.
That's really where I flow really good too, man. Before I was just too heavy in training and everything. It was just too heavy. Yeah. Now, like, I can flow like a lightweight, man. You know, I feel like moving much better and everything. It just changed my whole game around.
Yeah, it is. It is one of the things where I think the days of being the big dude, the big guy is kind of. I'm not saying it's gone, but it's starting to die off now because everyone does it, so you're never actually going to be a bigger guy. I think it's starting to get. I'm not that overly fussed about being huge in that fight against my opponent next. I'm just happy being physically in good condition for my fight.
Definitely, yep. Yeah, nowadays, man, everybody's a big boy, man. So this guy I'm fighting, he's just short, but man, I bet you he cut some weight too. You know, he's gonna be probably around 190, 95, same way. Yeah. But he's just shorter, but he's very thick. You know.
Yeah, exactly, and that's when you got that, like you said, dangerous takedowns when you're that short, lower center of gravity. Look, Diego, I can't wait for Titan. Well, do you know what the annoying thing is? I actually can't watch the card live because I'm away with the army, and it's so fucking annoying. But anyway, man, honestly, they did. I was away the last card as well, and I had to watch it on a Sunday. I was 24 hours behind everyone else, but I'm away on this. I spoke to Jeff, and I went, Jeff, when's the next one? I spoke to Mike off air, and he said 10th of June. I went, Jeff, we need to have a chat. I need to get your calendar out, my calendar out, and we need to book your shows when I'm not away with the army, and then we need to negotiate this. But I will watch it as soon as I can, whenever especially getting internet as well is the problem. But yeah, man, it's a hell of a fight against Michaud. It's great to see Titan signing you, man, because I know you're an entertaining and a fun fighter, and it showed in your last fight that you're back. You know, you put on a hell of a performance against one of the longest motherfucking welterweights I have ever seen in my life.
Definitely.
Yeah, and look, I'm sure it's going to be just a great time for you with Titan. I'm sure you're going to have an awesome time with him, man.
Awesome, man. Oh, yeah, man. I'm really excited, man. I really am. I'm pumped. I'm having fun again. I'm healthy, and I'm just excited, man.
So before I let you shoot off, what is your social media then? Get it all out there so all us fans can jump on and give you a follow, man.
Awesome, man. Everything, Instagram, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It's just at DH Lima DH Lima MMA. Sorry about that. DH Lima MMA, man.
Yeah, get on it.
They follow me on Twitter, man. I usually respond to everything, so man, I'm always out there.
Get on him, follow him, give him a follow, people. What about sponsors? Anyone helping you out with your fight camps and stuff like that?
Man, just want to thank all my training partners, man. Triad Mechanical is a big company here in Atlanta, man. They're always taking care of me, and Hayabusa as well, man. I just appreciate everyone's support, all my training partners, and man, I'm ready to go.
I'm looking forward to it. Have a great end to your fight camp, Dhiego. Have a great 2016, and have a great time with, Titan FC.
All right, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.